Shalom, shalom. I'll run you back with another lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahab Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to you, Akim and Akwaf, that believe and have faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai in these last days. This is another quick lesson going into the destruction of Babylon the Great, man. And these are a couple of little pictures I got off IG, man. Just looking at the devastation of what's going to come on America, Babylon the Great, unaware. As you see the people running for terror as the so-called missiles come down, you know what I'm saying? They don't look like a missile, but that's the terror of the Lord is going to be coming down as those missiles, man. This is basically fire coming from heaven. And that mushroom cloud here in the city, man. And these are near to come. This is nothing we're making up. As you see the nations building up their warfare, man. And this is basically the depiction of this little girl looking out into the horizon as a nuclear mushroom cloud just popped up, man. This is the destruction that that's coming in these final hours, man. That final hour that's coming, man. And it says, how will the United States fight a nuclear war, man?
Silos. Russia's land-based ICBM force consists of 4 missiles. 46 SS-18 Satans, armed with 1 or 2 800-kiloton MIRV warheads per missile. 2 SS-19 Mod 4s, armed with 1 550-kiloton hypersonic light vehicle warhead per missile. 60 SS-27 Mod 1s, armed with 1 800-kiloton warhead per missile. And 18 SS-27 Mod 2s, armed with up to 4 550-kiloton MIRV warheads per missile. When launched, these missiles travel at speeds of over 16,000 miles per hour, have ranges of up to 10,000 miles, and typically reach their target or targets in around 30 minutes. Altogether, these 126 missiles carry 211 warheads, representing 15% of the strategic nuclear weapons currently deployed by Russia. When added up, Russia's land-based ICBM force can deliver a total explosive yield of 150,000 kilotons, or 19,000 times the destructive power of the bomb dropped on Nagasaki in 1945. As with all things, there are advantages and disadvantages when attacking Russia's silo-based ICBMs. The primary advantage is that their locations are commonly known, and therefore they can be easily targeted. The primary disadvantage of attacking Russian ICBM silos is their fast launch time. Like the US ICBM force, they can be quickly launched. As a result, they need to be the first target hit in a first strike. Secondly, Russia's ICBM silos are a high threat due to their long-range targeting ability and high weapon payload. It's believed that Russia's silo-based ICBMs are exclusively reserved for targets in the US. Furthermore, destroying Russia's entire ICBM force in a preemptive strike can be problematic. When attacking Russia's silo-based ICBMs with nuclear weapons, one of the most critical metrics a US war planner must determine is silo survivability. Silo survivability is calculated with a...
As you see, man, these things are already in play, man. These missiles have been created to bring destruction, and it's to wipe away Babylon the Great. As you see, one of those missiles, I think it was 19 times stronger than the bombs that hit Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So these things are coming, man, as the nations continue to build up their arsenal. And this is just talking about the land-based missiles, man. I think Russia just said that they want to build up more missiles, man, not including the ones that North Korea has, China has. This is just Russia, man. So the Lord's determination is to wipe off the face of the earth Babylon the Great, which is America, man, according to the scriptures. This is the second video.
US war planners would assign 2 high-yield warheads per silo to achieve an average kill probability of 99.5%. The United States would want to hit these silos hard and fast, so they would use sea-based ballistic missile submarines to get the job done. Ballistic missile submarines are optimal due to the higher-yield warheads that they carry, their closer locations at sea, and shorter flight times, which would give Russia virtually zero warning before bombs are already hitting their targets. The The attack would use a total of 252 nuclear warheads, delivered from 63 Trident II missiles, with two 475 kiloton W-88 warheads targeting each silo. The attack would expend 25% of the U.S.'s sea-based ICBM force. Delivery time would be around 15 minutes from launch, and silos would be hit with ground burst detonations.
As you can see, this is basically a scenario, man. All these think tanks think of what they can do to have a first strike. But this is the Lord's determination, not Esau's determination, man. And it's going to be against Babylon the Great, man. As the scriptures I bring out is going to conclude that the Lord's determination is to destroy America, Babylon the Great, just like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. And like we've seen scenarios if America strikes first and knock out their land-based nuclear missiles, and basically Russia's land-based missiles striking America. That's not talking about the submarines. That's not talking about the airplane nukes. That's not talking about any of those things that we already know that they have. It's just talking about land-based missiles that Russia have. And I think Russia has the most missiles out of all nations. And they have these things set up in their mind. The Lord gonna put the spirit on them just like he did Pharaoh. He gonna harden I would say Putin. But I mean, we know the Lord's gonna harden those nations to shoot missiles against America, man. And this is near to come, because we see everything is basically put on the table, man. This is Isaiah 13, and I'm just starting at verse 17. It says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it." So you're not going to be able to pay them off, man, once they get in their mind that they want to destroy America. It says, Slakia, their bows also shall dash the young men into pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. So they're not going to spare any children they have in America, man. It says, "In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when power overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah," man. Like that picture I showed you, there was fire raining from heaven. That's the same scenario as when it's going to have those missiles shot from the ends of the earth. They're going to rain down on Babylon the Great, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. 20, it says, "It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabians pitch tent there." So once America is destroyed, no one ever is going to live here again. No nation, no human being, only animals, man. It says, "Neither shall the Arabians pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their folds there." So no one is going to be able to come over and make money off America again. It says, "But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and the owls shall dwell there, and the satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, the dragon in their pleasant palaces, and her time is near to come." So we know the time is near to come. We see all the war talk of I don't want to say their name because they might be monitoring that word too, as the blue and yellow country is starting to wind down. The war is starting to wind down. You can see that Russia started to build up more troops, as the other nations are building up more troops as well. They're allies, and these peace talks, they don't want to go into peace talks, man. So this time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So the days of America dwelling upon the earth is not gonna be prolonged much more. We know that these things are coming, man, and we just basically prophesying and warning you of these things that's coming, that the Lord is not going to turn it back. You know what I'm saying? You can't, get mad at somebody for telling you the truth when it's the truth. I wouldn't get mad at somebody if they told me the truth. You must understand that these things have to come, and this is the Lord's destruction. Just like in the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, like in the time of the flood, this is all the Lord. And I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Shai for blessing me to know that these things are coming. This is Revelation 9 and verse 12. It says, woe, one woe is past. That's World War One. Behold, there come two woes more hereafter. So the first World War has came, and two more wars was slated for the Lord to come. And as Albert Pike said, that they have three wars they had already set up, man. So these things are coming out of the scriptures. And also, we know through the Spirit that these things was already basically drummed up by Esau Edom, man. He think he was going to control the destruction of Babylon the Great, man, which is America. They wanted to control it. But this is the Lord's control, man. He's going to be in control of the missiles, man, because the Lord is going to be a consuming fire in that day. 13, it says, and the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before the Most High Power, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels in the great Slaket, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men. So all we doing is waiting for the Lord to bring his judgment, man. And we wait for these prophecies to be fulfilled, as Apostle Tahar coined this year to be, Lord willing, all prophecies be fulfilled. And these prophecies I'm reading right now are going to be fulfilled in their time. And it's soon, man. It's soon to come. It says, in verse 16, it says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. This is talking about the missiles, man. How many missiles are going to be shot off? Because some of those missiles are going to have 2 warheads, 3 warheads, 5 warheads, 10, 15. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a military guy, but I've seen documentaries and different little videos like that saying that these missiles have multiple warheads in them. And some that have warheads in them that they're like basically dummy warheads to send off I guess send off the different defense systems to go in different directions to what the real warheads are going to hit. So the Lord has they put it on Esau's spirit to make these missiles. He got dummy missiles as well, man. That's going to be in those nuclear missiles. So when these missiles are shot off, they're going to hit their point, man. They're going to hit their targeted location, man. It says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire. That's talking about the missiles, man. Encased the encasing of them, man. Breastplates of fire and of jasset and brimstone, and the heads of them, the heads of the horses, and the heads of them horses were as the heads of lions. It's talking about those warheads, man. As you've seen in the video, when your missiles are shot off, they have those the breastplates and the jet packs. They break off from them, and then at the end of it, when the missiles are basically entering into the atmosphere to bring destruction, it's like 2 or 3 smaller warheads, man. And the Lord described them as having heads of lions. And you know, the head of a lion, man. You see the head of a lion, man. You know, just wildlife videos, man. Them lions, man, they gonna get their prey. They're not gonna stop until they get their prey. And that's why the Lord had a metaphor for them being as the heads of lions. And out of their mouths issue fire, smoke, and brimstone. So that's why the Lord compared it to lion heads, man, because they bring great destruction. By these 3 was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths. And this is where we warning you, 2/3 of our people to understand that these things are coming, man. And there's no way to talk the Lord out of them, man, because the Lord has a judgment for this place, man, for what they've done to the children of Israel. So these things are coming, man. And if you're Israelite, if you go back, your father goes back to the Negroes, Hispanic, and Native Americans, more than likely you're an Israelite, man. And this is your time to repent before these things happen. And they are all going to happen, man. It says, verse 19, it says, for their power is in their mouth, in their tails, and in their slocking, and in their tails, for their tails are like unto serpents. And that's talking about their smoke. When they shot up, the smoke is like a serpent, because it, basically goes in and out, wiggles, in other words, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. So the Lord telling you, man, these missiles are coming, man, and when they come down, they're gonna hurt, man. They're gonna hurt, man. In verse 20 and 21, you can get into too, but I just wanted to get these points that I had wrote down. This is Revelations 11, verse 14, and I'm just going to get the point right here. In verse 14, it says, "The second war is past, and behold, the third war cometh quickly." As we read in Revelations 9, the first war happened. The second war is past. Now we're coming into the third world war, man, and that's near, man. That is near. This is Revelations 12, and I'm going to drop down to verse 7. It says, "And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the beast, fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels." Let me read that again, man. It says, "And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not." That's talking about Esau's when he come against the Yahushua and the angel. Michael, Yahushua and the angels, man. They're going to prevail not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And this is going into that World War III, because when the Lord comes back, it's going to be World War III is already going to be fought. And the Lord is going to be fighting when the World War III comes. And the Lord going to enter into the atmosphere. They're going to try to fight against the angels with their weapons, man. And that's talking about all nations going to try to fight against the Lord. It says, and the great dragon was cast out. Slocking. Let me start that again, man. Let me slow down. Get excited when it comes to this right here, man. But it says, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan," Esau, Edom, man, all the way back to the garden, "which deceived the whole earth," which deceived the whole world. And that goes back into Revelations, Isaiah 13. I think it's Revelations, not Revelation, keep saying Revelation. Isaiah 13, talking about the when the Lucifer was cast down. It's talking about Esau, Edom. And verse 10, it says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come." Let me go back up to verse 9. It says, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole earth, the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." And that's like talking about the spirit. It's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about Esau, Edom, man. It's not talking about no Satan that's people think it's under the earth. A red man in a red suit that's under the earth, man. It's talking about Esau, Edom, and his these nations that's going to fight against the Lord with Esau. It says, verse 10, it says, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power." See, when the Lord cast out Esau, Edom, when he is destroyed and his kingdom is destroyed, then the kingdom of heaven is coming. It says, "And the power of his Mashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before the Most High Power day and night." That's talking about Esau, man. Because he is the accuser of his brethren. So that's the reason why they bring so many legislations against us. They lock us up. They do all type of wickedness against us. And they bring it to the Lord like this is the reason why they're going off, because they don't, basically he's trying to cast us away from our blessing that the Lord bless us with. He wants to rid us away from the blessing that Esau sold to Jacob. But he can't do it, man. And that's why it says the accuser of our brethren is cast down, because it goes all the way back to Jacob and Esau. It says, "And they overcame him by the blood of Hamashiach and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death." And that's talking about the men of the Lord, man. We overcome Esau, Edom with the word, with the Lord's word and our testimony, man. And that's when we do these lessons and go on the highways and byways, we're giving a testimony of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in the face of the whole entire planet, but mostly in front of Esau Edom, man. He says, and we love not our lives to the death, man, because we want to live for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, no matter if we have to die for it, man. Verse 12, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell there in Swaki. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So Esau only has a short time to do what he's trying to do against the children of Israel, man, because his kingdom is fallen, and that's part of the elite. That's what a part of their having great. They have a short time because majority of the children of Israel are in Babylon the Great, which is America. And this is one of the things they wanted to do, was destroy America and to basically have China take over what America was. This into this digital age. They wanted China to be the head of this digital age. So that the destruction of America is what Esau Edom wants to do as well. But the Lord has basically he has the authority over what's going to happen. Esau has no authority over what's going to happen. But we just something, what we've seen they're trying to do, make China the leader of this digital age. That's why they're trying to basically put this World War III together, which we know that this is all orchestrated by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. This is Revelation 17, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, and there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying, come unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And that's talking about Babylon the Great. We're going to get to it. It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication, man. And it's all these nations, they go and push the alphabet community on these different nations. They steal their resources. They lie. I mean, this is a list of shit you can just go into what they've done, and the reason why they drunk the wine of Esau's fornication, man. Because the reason why I say Esau, because this is his kingdom. Ultimately, this is Esau's kingdom, man. He was given a kingdom. Verse 2, it says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones. And we know the breakdown of the I know the breakdown of the 7 heads and the 10 horns, but I didn't want to put this in a lesson because I want to get to the point of the destruction of Babylon the Great. But we know it's a breakdown for the 7 heads and the 10 horns. And he says verse 4 again. It says, and the woman was arrayed with purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And on her forehead, and upon her forehead was the name and the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great. And that's what I wanted to get to. America is Babylon the Great, man. There's no way around it. This place is Babylon the Great. The mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And this is the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, man. You know what a harlot is? You know what abomination is, man? Wickedness, man. Wickedness all over the earth. This place leads all wickedness on the face of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. And that's where the children of Israel, which are the saints, are the children of Israel, man. It goes to Psalms, was it 149? I think the last 2 verses. It says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, and with the blood of the martyrs of Hamashiach. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. So this is a vision that he's seen of the wickedness of Babylon, this country, man, Babylon the Great, man, which is America. John the Revelator seen that the wickedness that this place have betrayed all over the earth. And this place is the reason why the destruction is coming. Just like in the time of Noah, the people, the wickedness of the people was the reason why the Lord destroyed the earth. But the earth is not going to be destroyed this time. In different places, going to be built back after the destruction comes. But America would never be inhabited again. It's going to be we read it earlier. This place is going to be. I'm gonna read it right here in verse 2. Let me start at verse 1. It says, Revelations 18, I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and become the habitation of the... Slocking, man. Why I'm going so fast, man? Slow down, man. Sometimes you got to tell yourself that when you get excited, man, you want to get these words out and get these verses out so it'll be edifying. But let me slow down. Verse 2, in the middle of verse 2, it says, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and cage, and every unclean and hateful bird. So this place is going to be full of these doleful creatures, man, that we read in Isaiah. All these places, the whole planet, man, is going to see the destruction of Esau, Edom, but America is going to be full of doleful creatures, man, that's never going to be inhabited again, man. The whole planet is going to see this place destroyed, man. Babylon the Great is going to see this place destroyed. This is Revelations 18, and it says, I'm dropping to verse 17, I mean. It says, in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught. And that's talking about America, man. All the great riches, every country admired this place, man, and wanted to come and live here and get rich off this place, man. As you see, like different migrants try to migrate here from all over the earth. They're going to see in 1 hour, man, this place is going to be destroyed, man. Let me start at verse 16. It says, and saying at last, that great city that was clothed with fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. And that's talking about what we just read in the harlot we just read. And that's talking about America, man. Babylon the Great, man. There's no way around it. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all company of ships of sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate, man. So in 1 hour, man, those missiles from Russia can travel to America in 30 minutes. It said 30 minutes this place can be touched by Russia in 30 minutes, man. Each missile, man, 30 minutes. So it said in 1 hour. So if those missiles take, 1,500 missiles come in 30 minutes, man, all of them hitting at the same time, man, this place is going to be utterly wasted, man. And those Medes, which are the Russians, they're not going to have pity on the people. They're not going to think, well, there's people over there pregnant or nothing, man. These countries are provoking each other to destruction. And like I said, ultimately, the Lord putting the heart in their hearts, man. Heart in the spirit of the kings, man. I think it's in Psalms 21:1. That they are hard in their hearts, man, to bring this destruction on. So it's coming, man. It is coming. This is Romans 9. I'm gonna just drop down to the point of verse 27. It says, Elias also cried concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. So the Lord telling you only a remnant gonna be saved, man. If you're not If you haven't repented and came back to you, how about Shem Yahushua, you're not going to be saved, man. And that's the bottom line. This is all the way back in the Old Testament. We reading right now in Romans, man. Apostle Paul wrote this. Only a remnant going to be saved. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will Yahweh Shem Yahushua do. Slakia. It said, because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. So that 1 hour the Lord going to destroy this place, man, it's going to take 1 hour, man. And the Lord said he's going to do a short work, man. So when the Lord give you Yahushua the final decree, I would say, to go and bring judgment upon the earth on Esau Edom, it's it, man. There's not going to be anybody going to be able to stop the hands of the Lord. And this place is already prepared. Let me read it. It says, Revelation 16, and I'm starting at verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof was dried up. And the waters in the great river Euphrates is dried up, man. That right there, it is a sign to repent in itself, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. So the east is where China, Russia, and all those countries in the east are prepared to come against the coming into the Middle East, man. Which we know that the small hatters are the basically the ones that are going to get it started, man. It says the waters thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to battle of the great day of power almighty. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And that's talking about World War III, man. All these things are being prepared for this last battle, man. It says, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. And we see, man, this Armageddon is the final battle, which the Lord had prepared for Esau Edom. But I'm in it there, man. Lord willing was edifying. Shalom. Shalom.